You know, we often think of alumni awards as, well, being for UB alumni, but that is not always the case and is indeed what sets this next recipient apart. SUNY Distinguished Professor and Great Batch Professor of Advanced Power Sources, Esther S. Takeuchi, is this year's recipient of the Walter P. Cook Award, which is given to a non-alumni that has made a notable and meritorious contribution to the university and its family. Dr. Takeuchi has earned more patents than any other woman in the U.S., 148 and counting. In fact, she developed the latest one in the wings as we were waiting to come out. It was astounding. Most of those patents are related to her pioneering development of sophisticated power sources for implantable devices. In fact, she developed the battery that enabled implantable cardiac defibrillators, a feat that brought her to the White House in the fall of 2009, where President Obama presented her with the National Medal of Technology and Innovation. In addition, in 2011, she was one of 9 living inductees into the National Inventors Hall of Fame, which honors legendary inventors whose innovations have changed the world. For all that she has done to change and to power the world, we present the Walter P. Cook Award to Esther S. Takeuchi.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to see everybody here tonight. I would like to really thank the UB Alumni Association for selecting me to receive the Walter P. Cook Award. It's a tremendous honor, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Life is certainly a journey, and there have been many, many people that have walked with me on the journey, and on a personal level, I'd like to acknowledge some of the numerous people that have guided me and inspired me along the way. I'd first like to recognize Mr. Wilson Greatbatch, who, by the way, is a former UB professor, for having the vision to found a company that was based on technology and innovation and always put the well-being of the customer first. I'd also like to recognize the current leadership team at Great Batch, in particular Mr. Thomas Hook, who is the president and CEO, and I want to point out that he's also a UB alum. The opportunity to strive and thrive there for many, many years is really unparalleled, and it was just an outstanding opportunity and experience. I'd like to particularly thank the University at Buffalo for providing me the opportunity to transition to an academic environment after so many years in working in a company. In particular, I want to personally acknowledge President Tripathi, and I will be forever grateful for providing me the ability to continue to innovate and the chance to interact and train young scientists and engineers here. And I'm certain that UB will continue to flourish under President Tripathi's leadership. I'd also like to mention 2 wonderful organizations that I've been affiliated with in Buffalo that have really made a difference, I believe, to young scientists. One's the Buffalo Museum of Science, and the other is Sacred Heart Academy, and I had the opportunity to serve on their boards for many years and contribute to many of the initiatives having to do with science initiatives. I also need to mention the people who take every step of the journey with me on a daily basis. My collaborator, research professor Amy Marshallock, for her immense contributions to our continued success. I'm really pleased that our research group is here with us this evening. Their diligence, insight, hard work make every day exciting, and I think they fill up a whole row in the back there. I'd like to thank my husband, Ken Takeuchi, who inspires me and sustains me offers me incomparable insight and advice every day. Before I close, I'd like to offer an observation. When I was a child, I was never placed under any restrictions or boundaries, and I really like to tribute my parents, especially my father, for convincing me that I could do anything that I set out to do. So I chose the path to go into science. My father actually was an electrical engineer. But when I entered college, I noticed that there were actually far too few, in my opinion, female students, and noticeably professors in science and engineering. While things are, I think, moving in the right direction, I would offer that today, many years later, there are still too few. So what I'd like to do, actually, is accept this award on behalf of the many, many female scientists and engineers who continue to pursue their craft, and I hope that awards of this type can provide some inspiration for the next generation. Thank you again.